So, there's always that show. That one show that infuriates you so badly that you scream. And yet, can you stop watching it? No. No, it is a train wreck that you can't pull your eyes away from because you're watching it and you're going, is it this bad? Can it really be this bad? Are the writers that terrible? Or are they being tortured? Are they tortured to write this? Like, are they hidden? Are they chained to the desk and their families are being held in a dungeon somewhere and they're told, if you don't write this show in the absolute worst, terrible, shitty way that you possibly can, your family will be killed? Because I feel that is the only way that can excuse the show that is Sengoku Nightblood. I need something to hold. Come here, Flounder. I just need to hold something so I don't squeeze the life out of myself. This show! Oh my god. A little recap as to how infuriated this show makes me. So when I take a bath at night, I bring my computer in with me and I place it somewhere and I put like a million things over the camera so that nobody can hack it. And I take a bath and I watch anime or TV shows or whatever have you not, or listen to music or whatever. So the other night I was taking a bath. I was in so much pain, life was terrible, and so I'm enjoying my little Epsom salt bath, scrubbing stuff on my legs to help my muscles not be such a pain, and I was like, why don't I watch an anime? I already knew that I didn't like this show, but I was like, let's go with it anyway. I became so infuriated and I was screaming so loud at the show, my blood pressure rose and I passed out in the bathtub. Twice. Then they had to drag me out of the tub and get me to the bed, and I had to lay and drink a ton of water and have a wet washcloth around me the entire time, ranting about how much I hate this show. So I've decided to do a review of it because I can't stand it. Okay, you want to know what has me so upset? So, Sengoku Nightblood is a show about a young girl who's been brought into a alternate dimension that is kind of a feudal Japan era to it. There's a specific area its era is supposed to be from. I don't remember which one it is. I know it starts with an H. I know that's not helpful, and I was terrible at history, so here we all go, fam. But anyway, so it's okay, interesting premise. I, for one of the animes I love the most is Inuyasha, so it has a very, Inuyasha feeling to it already. I'm going, okay, cool. And so this is a reverse harem anime, and sometimes they're done very well, and sometimes they're not at all. And this is one of those ones. Y'all don't know. Okay, so it starts out, and she wakes up in the middle of a battle. She's not in the middle of it. She's off in the bushes and wakes up and peers out the window. It's oh, people are dying. That's fabulous. So the way this world goes is that there was this princess who had a special blood ability, and in this land the humans were fighting all the time. They were constantly killing each other, and she was finally I am done with your male bullshit, so I'm going to create a new type of race and bring them into this world. So automatically she's werewolves and vampires, to which I'm Already I'm just going, there's so many cool Japanese mythology creatures that you could have okay, fine, werewolves and vampires, which isn't to say werewolves and vampires aren't strictly to European. I mean, clearly there are werewolves and there are vampires in many different cultures throughout the world. But I was like, you have a lot of cool mythology going on for you, Japan. Why would you limit yourself this way? But anywho, at least give us like nine-tailed foxes. Like, I always thought that was really cool. But anywho, so you find out that there's different types of tribes, and like within themselves, like there's different types of werewolf and vampire tribes, and so she appointed them like her head generals, her head chiefs and commanders and whatnot, and so they went about and united the country, and then so this was like a period of time, and we're not given an exact idea how long this period of time is, but it's long enough that it's probably several generations, and it seemed like a couple of the characters, like I'm not sure what their lifespan is. It hasn't been given to us yet. There's only like 8 episodes, and I haven't watched the 8th one yet. But so these certain characters could be immortal and live hundreds of thousands of years, and other ones could have the lifespan of a human. We're not sure right now. At least I'm not. But anyway, so continuing on with this Scream Fest is that, so, you know, as all harem animes are, and reverse harem animes, you're usually given like 4 to 8 characters that, like, the main character, who's mostly kind of bland, is supposed to fall in love with, and you're supposed to insert yourself into that character's role. Well, first of all, let me just say, I'm pretty darn sure there are over 40 guy characters in this show for her to choose from. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding, because we have the head commanders and then the head commanders' vassals. And each one seems to be falling for her. And who is her? I don't know. Let me check up her name. She is so... My acne has more personality than this character does. I don't, she has such little personality, I don't even know what her name is. Now, let me just look it up here. What is your name? It's Yuzuki. Okay, so Yuzuki. That is how much I can't stand this show. I don't even have the name of the main character. I know that all the generals and the vassals are supposed to be based off of, like, they have, like, they're dropping names from famous Japanese war generals. I can't even remember the names right now of these famous war generals because I am so upset my brain is short-circuiting. So, as an actor in training, I mean, yes, I did graduate and I have my degree in acting, but, you know, like, and I've been in plays, but since my sickness has taken over, I haven't been able to audition or do anything. So I like to say in training, because there's always still so much to learn. So, but also as a writer and as a viewer, this show offends me so much. We have so much potential here. We could write about, oh my gosh, we could write about the backgrounds of all the different characters. But that's slightly impossible to do, because y'all gave me 40 different guy characters, and I don't know them. I don't know. I'm just like, okay, there's pretty face 1, pretty face 2. I think that one's a werewolf, that one's a vampire. I don't know what this guy is. Oh, his ears are, okay, yeah, he's a werewolf. So, they gave us so many characters that we don't get to learn backgrounds, really. I mean, you kind of get little hints and sprinklings from there to there. But, like, I'm so upset! Oh, it's so poorly done. We don't get to learn their backgrounds. We don't get to learn anything about them. How does their culture work? How does their world work? Also, I say, like, because you would think, oh, clearly, hey, the Golden Sound Twice. This would work like it would in the Japanese time. Well, you would think so, except for their uniforms are a mixture of European and Japanese. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Just look it up. Look up Sengoku Nightblood. Look up the uniforms. We've got Japanese meets Germany. We've got Japanese uniforms meets France. We've got Japanese uniform meets Naruto ninja uniform. Fine. Okay, cool. Whatever. It's your story. Y'all do what you want. But can't you write it well? Can't you write it decently? I realize again. Okay, first of all, so they're all supposed to be like, the stereotypes of like, this one's the playboy, this one's the sweet guy, this one's the irrational one, this one is the muscles, this one is the intellectual one, this one is the follows his heart guy. Okay, cool. We've got except for, it's not just that group, it's like every single tribe of these creatures has that type of personality with like a smeckling of just like a difference here and there. And I'm like, is this supposed to be ingenious, or like what are we doing here? And we're throwing out so many names. Oh, and she is captured by one group one day and then captured by another group the other day. Oh, okay, back to her, Yuzuki, or whatever her name is. We're just gonna say her, otherwise known as my acne has more personality than she does. And I say this because, okay, so this is a very Inuyasha type situation where Kagome is in Inuyasha's world. So, I would hope, if I were to look at it, even taking Kagome, who is a wonderful character and so complex out of it, let's look at it from our point of view. Like, from Golden's point of view, if I woke up in another world and there were people that were fighting, and then they were like, there's this random chick, I would run the other way. I'd be like, see y'all later, I'm gonna go escape because I like living. She's in this world and never questions it. Doesn't go, how did I get here? She talks about once or twice I think, that she misses her home. She misses modern Japan. Twice. Says that twice. And then she goes from place to place from one tribe, and like they're like meeting up with other tribes and they're trying to unite and whatnot. And they discover that she has special blood. That's like the princess of this land. And she's never disturbed by that. She's like, I have special blood. Okay, everybody wants my blood? Okay, cool. Me? I would personally try to burn down the castle and escape. Like, oh, you want this blood? You want my... No! I will shake a bitch. I am going to escape. I'm going to live. I'm going to go back home. Like, no concern. And she keeps getting kidnapped. In the last episode I watched, she gets kidnapped. Like, there are people that she's calling friends, right? And they're like, we've come to save you. And then they start arguing over themselves because they're like, I'm going to save her. No, I'm going to save her. And I would have been like, yeah, screw you guys. I'm going to save myself. Break the guy's nose that's holding me. So the guys that have kidnapped her and they're trying to get her from being re-kidnapped from the other people that want her back, they just get up and leave while the other two are arguing. And she doesn't scream for help? In the slightest? It just upsets me so much. What is going on with her? What is going on in her head? Are you even remotely terrified for your life? And she tries to make friends with each group that's kidnapping her, and then she's trying to befriend them all. And it's like, bitch, they want your blood. Oh, but then they say that. They're like, we want your blood. And then they get to know her over a span of a day, and they're like, I've fallen in love with her. And I'm like, well, and then she like she doesn't try to fight them. She's just like, we'll be friends. And it's just like, ho, you cannot use friendship no jutsu here. You need to run for your life. And she never fights them. And the only skills that she has are tripping over things, befriending people, and saying the right thing at the right time. That's it. That is it. Her personality is so submissive, and she's getting scolded for trying to escape, and she goes, I'm sorry. What? Why would you apologize for escaping this? And I'm in such awe of this terrible writing of a character. They have so much potential. She honestly could be like Kagome and doing her best to escape and defend herself. And yeah, she doesn't have any skills now, but try to teach herself some skills. And I'm just in awe. I am in awe of this flat character who, it seems also that she kind of likes the attention in a way. Where like, all these other people are like, you're going to be ours now. And she's like, oh no, a hot guy. Okay. Honey, are you medicated? What is going on here? I don't understand. And we have so much potential. We have this very cool world. The animation is beautiful. Yes, the guys are very attractive. Not going to lie. But we get an episode centered on one group before we move on to the next, and I don't have time to connect to anybody. And then all these characters are like, I love her. Oh, I'm going to marry her. Oh, you've known her for a day. That is not how this works. And I just... Frustration City. And I keep watching it because I'm in awe of... It's not even a good harem anime. Because the writing is shit. But I'm just in such awe. And again, we have so much potential. We're in this new world. What is going on? Oh, and then the whole, like, yes, we will save humanity. Blah, 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 blah. How can you save humanity from itself like you were assigned and tasked to if y'all going around killing other humans that are working in the armies for the people that you're against? And you're like, we're going to unify the land as we're destroying it. But logic doesn't matter, I guess. So long as we have a pretty guy that looks at the character and then, like, has pretty, dating scenario happen, twinkle, twinkle, sparkly lights. I have no logic or sense, but because I look pretty and I'm looking at the character and I'm doing a dramatic pose and I'm acting like my archetype, everything's okay. But don't take my word for it. You can go on and watch Sengoku Nightblood and scream at it as all you want. Also, may I just say that we have a lot of baiting going on here because there's several different guy characters in the show, and when they act around each other, I'm just like, gay? But then they see the protagonist, and suddenly they love her, and I'm like, bullshit! And that's my thoughts on the show. Ah!